Okay.
Yeah.
Are we ready? I think we're ready.
Yeah.
All right, good. So it's probably half the day that you're slogging through the muck. You are sodden, and it's hot, and you are mosquito bitten, and tired by the time you come to an outcropping. I don't even know if it's really an outcropping. But light comes through the trees. There are these little huts built up on stilts, spread throughout. More or less blends into the background. And you see a number of figures moving around they're tall, strangely tall, and big wide mouths, but there's something up around the town. It is, you smell a smell of burning as you get close, which is odd in a swamp. And you see a few of the buildings have been damaged, and they're smoldering even. And as you draw near, a phalanx of frogmen come leaping up out of the shrubbery around you. Let me grab, frog warriors. Yeah, big bulbous red eyes, and they're awfully thin. Gorlin, these frogs don't look anything like Guaba. They look a great deal different. They're much taller than Guaba. Yeah, they're... When they, I mean, a lot of them, they crouch, right? They're crouched down, and I think a couple of them are in front of you with sturdy-looking spears, crouched down, and a few of them are up in the trees, right? Hanging from the trees, and they have these like ropey, thick cord nets in their hands. And they're halting your progress, right? They're standing you in place. And most of them are wearing sort of hide armor. You notice a few weird things about their spears. The heads of their spears are not made of like stone or bone. They're crafted in like steel. And it looks pretty good. Pretty well-made stuff. And then one frog comes leaping up. And this frog looks strange. Not only for having a spear made of steel, which you didn't expect in the swamp, but also is wearing mail armor. That also looks finely crafted. And it's not super bulky, right? The frog can still jump around and leap around. But it is metal armor. Plates in key positions, right, to guard fragile bits.
Okay, I lean closer to my companions and I say, the amount of oil that they use to keep this thing from rusting must be crazy. They must have some backing from somebody.
Yeah, they say.
Are intelligent, yeah?
Okay, sure. Gorlan understands oxidization. That's fine. So, like I said, most of them are sort of crouching or up in trees and stuff. But if they stood at their full height, right, they'd be over 6 feet tall.
What?
Yeah.
Big boys.
But they got big, long legs, right, and wide sort of paddle feet. And this big frog, leader frog, comes toward you. And he's just looking at all of you for a moment.
Okay, I'll look back. I give a good old stare.
Yeah. He says, this one would know your business.
Before I do anything,
Oh great,
I'd
these
like-
ones speak in third person.
I knew it. I will roll the discern realities. I'd like to discern some realities about these guys.
How are you discerning these realities?
I'm giving them a good old long stare, like just giving a sniff in the air. My tongue's lolling on the side, so I'm getting a taste out of it as well. Just I look around a little bit, see how their formation are, what they're doing with regarding this smoldering cottages, and
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. Can ask one question.
a whole question. What happened here recently?
Yeah, they were attacked by somebody.
Well, they were attacked by somebody.
Yeah. But they don't necessarily think that it was you or that you were associated with them. Because if they did think that, they'd probably be trying to kill you.
No, the good information is that they are not the attackers. That's what I needed to know, really.
Yeah. So he says, well, which of you speaks for you?
We all speak for ourselves, but we are free. We are all free. I give a look over to Heracles and Chuck. I say, okay, should I talk to them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I go like, we came from the city of color, Sesam.
He just gives you sort of a croak.
I do a hyena laugh.
Yeah, he like tilts his head. This one is insane. And he points a spear at you, Chuck. And he says, "You."
Oh, whoa. God damn, now you can be putting that little toad sticker away right now. Ain't no need for y'all to get all testy.
What is an orc doing here?
What? An orc in a swamp. What's an orc doing in a swamp? I don't know what the fucking orc. Goddamn stupid ass little frog shits. We ate him.
He says, "Froglands. Orcs do not belong."
Yeah, but like the frogland is in the swampland. It's whatever. We got business here with the this one, the flea bitten one. He laughs a lot. I don't know why. he got his buddy. They, I don't really get it honestly, but like he wants to come here and help y'all, cause his buddy, that chubby frog fellow you was talking about, he he's y'all's pal or something.
We used to be from the same tribe, from the same pack. We no longer are. But I promise to help him, or to help you.
Yeah.
We came to aid you against the
Yeah.
worm folk.
Yeah, and it looks like
Pum, pum, pum.
y'all need it.
Yeah, he definitely snaps his head at you. You know worms. Worms and orcs.
I don't know any worms, but I know one orc. I knew another one who died as well. Used to be my pack mate.
Yeah, and his gaze like shifts over to like the crew of the ship, and he says, "We know these ones, except for you." And he like jabs his spear at you, Heracles. He says, "You are." Speak, naked man.
I am Heracles, the slayer of Venice, wrestler of dogs, killer of gods and men.
Yeah, but he ain't no good at helping at the killing when Densley pulled all them guns and knives.
Yeah.
Or the cackling fiends.
He says, you kill men. Why do these live?
I have decided not to yet.
Yeah, he says, you are no friends of worms. Have you seen the worms? You must tell us.
No, but if we see them, we'll bring its carcass to you.
Hold up. So like, in my daddy's tower, he had all these books about all these kinds of creatures and shit. And like, you know, I ain't one for the reading, cause ain't no book, nothing in the swamp. But like, you know, sometimes when like it was me and Knock, and we was being bad and like, you know, like knocking the forest down and shit. He'd make us go to the library and read, and I always read about the animals in the books, cause why would you want to read about the runes and princesses when you could be reading about the gators, right? So like, I didn't know all about these worms, right? You got the earthworms and the night crawlers and the spout lores about worms.
All right, go ahead.
Bam, easy. Didn't even need it.
You've read about all kinds of worms. Many sorts of worms. And there's all kinds of worms in a swamp. But whatever these things are, you've never heard about this. You've never heard about worms that burn down buildings, right? Or that they are the size of men. This is something strange. This is something... I mean, Klaus Kleinpeter was an expert on animals. He had every book about animals ever written, right? These things aren't natural, or they're not animals, or there's something strange. Now, Klaus Kleinpeter was also an experimenter with animals. So if there's a group of worms out there that are the size of human beings that can burn down buildings, then it's more likely that they're experiments or creations.
Yeah. So like, I'll turn to this frog dude. Ain't no normal worm going round, burning down no building, fighting no 6 foot long frogs. So like, where these worms be come from if they ain't from the swamp?
Yeah. He says, you must ask Dwaba. Dwaba brings the worms.
He brings the worms.
Dwaba brought them.
Hmm.
Dwaba went into the swamp. And when he returned, the worms came. Dwaba is always going out alone. He knows the witch.
Are we talking about the same guaba?
Guaba?
Where's the-
No.
Guaba.
Guaba left many months ago. Guaba was a troublemaker. Guaba had to go. He was cast out of the swamp. We speak of Dwaba.
With a D.
With a D. Hmm. Okay.
So like, then why we wasting time talking to y'all when y'all ain't no shit?
He says, you came here, stupid. Stupid orc.
Yeah, and we's here to talk to Dwaba about the worms. That's the plan.
He says, you find
I
Dwaba.
done said that, and you weren't listening because you was fiddling around with that spear, sticking it in fools' faces.
He says, you find Dwaba. You bring him back. He must answer for his crimes.
Oh my god. Well then, like, where he is. Where he be?
And now he like puts his spear like down in the muck and stands there. He says, you are not worms. You are crazy hounds. You are strange orcs.
We are.
Strange orcs. And a killer of men. You are not worms.
You're wrong.
Ain't no
We
stranger.
are.
6 foot long frog.
We are what you need. We're killers.
He
You
says,
need some killing.
Y'all killers. I'm a self defender.
he says, you must meet the Muckwise. This one would take you to them. The Muckwise will know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
Tell me.
says, the crazy one,
Yeah.
the orc and the killer. Only.
Left out.
Well, what about this here goblin? Can he come too? This
No.
is my buddy Batshit. He real slippery.
No. No. The rest help clean.
So just Heracles and Chuck. Okay.
Hey yo, Batshit.
No, he said you
Me.
too. He said you, the crazy one.
Yeah. All the PCs.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about the right wolf? What about that furry one?
No.
What about Louis?
No, I said 3. That's all I meant.
What about the scaly gator right down here?
He says, go, the rest of you. Mhm. Follow this one. Get to work.
Yeah.
So you all go with, I think the leader frog, like, he gestures you to follow him.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
Okay. So he brings you all with him, and the rest of the party is split off, and they're like, Frog's like telling them, clean this shit up, help us pick this up, right? And they're basically helping like clean up all the damage. And he takes you through the town. Around the town. There's like a path around the town. And you go through some more like thick foliage. And it's sort of sloping down, and it's getting thicker, right? And the muck and the water. And it gets about just above your knees.
Told y'all we should have got a boat.
And there's a you come through a bunch of brush, and there's this area, sort of circular, but it's pretty rough. And there's just this like pool of mud, and it looks like there's all these like stones in it, and there's like bubbles rising up from the muck. And it's pretty big. It's like 50 yards. No, not 50 yards. It's like 30 yards by 30 yards. 50 yards is really huge. Yeah, and this frog like stops at the edge of it. This like pool of thick mud. And he says, and he just like points. He says, be wary. No funny business, no crazy talk. The Muckwise is powerful. The Muckwise speaks to the swamp.
I tell him no worry, and I do a hyena laugh again.
If you go through the muck, it's thick. It's like walking through fucking chocolate pudding. And it's got a scent to it that's not exactly pleasant. And you take a few steps in, and you're kind of like forcing your way through, and it's like waist high now. This stuff, and it's just sticking and slurping, and like creates that like vacuum around your feet as you try to like force a step, and you get nearby one of these boulders, and when you do, it jumps up and rears back, and turns out it's not a boulder. It is another frog that hops up and just stands there staring at you. And it's got like a stick it's holding. And the thing is just sort of draped in mud that's sliding down its body. And he like gestures for you to continue. And you
continue.
Yeah, you keep going further and further into the muck. And more of these frogs pop up and gesture you to continue forward. Until you come to the central area. And one last frog comes out. Now this frog is small. And it doesn't look exactly like the others. And when it comes out of the muck, it comes out like clean. It's not covered in the stuff. It's not sticking to its body. And they have a staff that sort of glows. All these strange, like, they look like sort of maybe shells or stones hanging from it. And you see the Muckwise. Yeah, and the Muckwise...
It's so good.
The Muckwise is strange for a lot of reasons. I mean, its eyes are more on the more toward the front of its head than the side, and like I said, it looks really small and squat. And it does have jagged little teeth. Frogs don't have teeth. The other frogs, they don't have teeth. This one does. Right? And it is totally wearing a gator skin as a, like, cape.
Sorry, me too.
And like I said, it comes up out of the swamp, and the swamp just, like, drifts away from it, right? Like it's just water. And it raises up and sits on the top. Like floats on the top of the swamp of the muck that you're in. And its big eyes sort of like slowly open. And I don't know, and it's looking at you, sort of blink for a second. And I mean, this thing is so strange looking. But a big, like, a smile creeps across its face. And it just, like, gives you a nod. It says, and they say, welcome. Yeah. They say, welcome, we have awaited your passage.
Not too long, I hope.
Says, time is a curious thing.
Yes.
Oh.
So you...
It says, yeah, that's what they say, how long has it been? A 1,000 years?
Well, now, like, that's a pretty long time.
Says, forgive me. The swamp speaks in eons. How long has it been since you spilled the blood in Hikerton?
Short?
We ain't spilled no blood in Hikerton, just saying.
Cross my arms, I did.
I didn't.
I'm Gorling a red. Ear lemon.
Gorlin of Bloodfang Tribe.
That tribe, yes. No, he's rubbing it in my nose. I know him. Oh, bastard. Yes, that's me.
And now you serve the Black Skull with Heracles.
Oi. I am helping the Black Skull. I don't serve him. I'm not a servant anymore. But I will do what he asked me to do. But I'm not an unconditional slave, if that's what you mean.
What is the answer to that? Yeah, the Muckwise says, I mean only the words the swamp gives me.
I want to lie to you. Now look away.
Yeah, and the Muckwise's eyes sort of blink out of sync.
Man, this frog weird.
You've come for the worms.
Yeah.
We came for you.
and the worms.
You know Guaba, right? The troublemaker.
And
The
there's like
Hellraiser.
there's a really weird sound that comes out of this frog. That is sort of like it's kind of a watery, phlegmy giggle.
Murky sound.
Yeah, sure. And they sort of like, Guaba. Things have been boring since Guaba left, until recently. But Guaba had to go. Guaba got into mini fights.
It made him stronger, though. And his strength brought me here, for he's an honorable warrior. And good-hearted. So, we don't know where we start. Life goes on in a crazy pattern. Now, worms, you need them killed, right?
Yeah, and the Muckwise looks concerned. So. They are not of this place. And they harm us. And they must be expelled. I would prefer to live in peace with those of the swamp, but these worms, they are twisted. There is dark magic afoot. I cannot pierce it. I cannot see it. I think we need your help.
I suppose you have them. At least mine. I don't know about the other two. But I will. I promised.
Yeah. Well, Heracles thirsts only for glory, and to put more notches on his belt.
Also destruction.
Yes. Yes. Chuck is... And Chuck is lost.
Me and Checo shared the same doom.
Oh, wait, now like, I ain't lost. I know exactly where we is, and also like, you died, and I didn't die, so like, you obviously got different dooms going on here.
Another like
I mean,
watery gurgling laugh from the Muckwise.
I say your father died. Mine too. Maybe not doom. Maybe past ill fate, whatever you call it.
We're no fate. What was that goddamn goblin duck queef eating no good Paladuce Drago coming all up in my daddy's tower, killing him for no good reason. But now he gonna get it. It's just a matter of time.
Similar. I give like a look back through gobbling is. Yeah, something bad, isn't it? However, I think we can solve your problem, despite Chuck's madness.
Oh, Chuck's the mad one.
Yeah. Muckwise says, Chuck is a mystery to the swamp, but he will go. And we share in grief for your loss. Palus Draco is a curse, though your father was no innocent.
Neither was mine. He was a blacksmith, but a mole. So I realized that perhaps our ways are a bit different than standard one, at least human-wise.
Sure. Okay. So, Gorlin, I'm going to ask you a question. Has anybody ever been banished from the Bloodfang tribe?
Oh man,
Oh,
good
yeah.
save.
Oh yeah, definitely, but not for killing. Okay,
Right.
basically, think of it like an autocracy. You have the chief and everybody else under it. Maybe captain or something like a petty chief or something. All you have to do is be loyal to the person above you. That's your job. If the guy fucks up, everybody's killed anyway. So the only like the word of the chief is law. That's it. Might makes right. That's it. Nothing more. So because if I'm loyal to my patron, I don't understand why I'd be persecuted.
No. Yeah. So,
Understand?
when somebody's been banished, what can somebody be banished for?
Probably wanton killing, like killing. No, killing your chief without good reason, like out of a trial by combat kind of deal. Uh, Killing his family, killing his children, or if they slight his the chief, bad way, but generally not really banishment. Just chop a hand off or something. Like,
Well, let's
laborious.
say a Null was banished, like they're cursed or something, and they didn't commit a crime, but we have to get rid of them, right?
Oh no, we kill the babies that are not very good. Smash them with rocks. If he didn't.
Well, I'm not talking about a baby. I'm talking about a grown Null, right?
Okay.
Right, like a warrior is cursed somehow.
Okay, by magics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good reason to banish him.
Is there any way for that Null to regain membership? What would they have to do?
Get rid of the curse.
And what proves that? How can they prove that they've rid themselves of a curse?
The same way he got proof he was cursed, I suppose. Okay, you mean like if you have a streak of bad luck or something like that?
Yeah. I mean,
I suppose. Oh
Go ahead.
yeah. Hunt a big beast. Show that the bad luck's gone.
Okay. Okay, cool. Mark XP. And Heracles. What? If Heracles could find and face down any creature, any beast, being, or god for the glory of his own name, what would that be and why?
Hold on, I'm reading on how Heracles dies because that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, let me tell you a story.
It was poison, right? He got bitten by something. Poison.
He died of a broken heart.
Oh, man. It's so sad.
It's to fight killing monsters, right? It's all about like killing monsters, the biggest and best monster.
Yeah.
And when you kill all the monsters, there's only one thing to do. You kill the mother of monsters, the Gorgon.
Okay.
He wants to slay the Gorgon.
So... yeah, so the Muckwise is standing there just staring at the three of you. You know, their eyes blinking out of sync. For like a long time. It's for like 5-10 solid minutes. Just looking back between all of you. And sometimes it nods. Alright, sometimes they nod. And they chuckle. That sounds good. So to the north, then. Do you guys say anything?
No, we stare at him for
Like at this point, Gorling starts like kind of he lays down in the mud because he's tired and he's lazy. Then he starts rolling around, like kind of like a dog in the mud.
damn, you gross.
Just like kind of deal.
Okay.
You know, so like, you want us to go up to the north, and then we like do what?
Oh.
Y'all got
Well, that's...
y'all done got messed up by all them worms,
yes,
and it is just the three of us.
the castle, as we said. You must find... it is there.
Yeah. But like, so like, you saying that the three of us going up in the swamp all by ourselves, gonna find a castle, and then we're going in the swamp, a swampy castle, really, and then we gonna kill a bunch of worms all by our threesome.
Well, as Heracles said, it would be simpler with fewer of you.
Yeah, but like, what if you brought like not all your frogs? Cause I ain't want to hang out with no army of 6 foot tall amphibians. But like, what if we got like a handful of them, like that one? And I'll point at the guy who shoved a spear in her face. I want that one specifically. Right, like they can show us around the swamp. Maybe they can watch our backs when we go in the castle. If we gotta build them siege machines, I read about them siege machines. They're hard to build. Gonna need some 6 foot tall amphibians from the swamp to build them.
Yeah. Oh. I'm sorry. I was having a conversation. We've already agreed. You should go north. Our frogs must stay here. It was your idea. You weren't speaking. Well, you weren't. You will go north, and our frogs will stay here to protect. You agreed that was your idea, and Gorlin agreed, and said he knew something about the location of the swamp, and Heracles would lead you, and return in a few days. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, okay, but like when we get back, y'all gonna do Charlie a solid. We talked about that too. I remember that part of the conversation.
I don't remember, Charlie, but I can tell you that I believe that it is a part of any conversation you usually have.
Well, like, see, now I gotcha in one of them to we's in a meta conversation about the conversation that we had, but we's having it right now because y'all gonna help me out.
He does understand the swamp.
And then yeah, and I think I chuckle like, I turn over to Heracles like, that's called swamp rhetoric.
Yes, and if you see Dwaba, you must bring Dwaba back.
Alive? In one piece?
Oh yes, I would not see Dwaba harmed. Dwaba is beloved.
It's okay. We ain't killers. We self-defenders. It's different.
That's not the feeling I got from the other ones. They don't seem to like Dwaba very much.
Yeah, but like they ain't got the little teeth and the eyes and the different spots. It's your frog. He a different frog.
See, the others, they are afraid of Dwaba. The toads. The toads are from another place. They're still outsiders.
It's Dwaba a toad. I get it now. Okay.
Anyway.
They blame him.
Yes.
Yeah. They blame him for the warrants.
Yes, they believe he's committed crimes that he may not have, and kind of jiggles their staff at Chuck. Though it's true for Dwaba. Nonetheless, we don't talk about anything else important. If you all would like to get a head start.
Point him in the right direction.
It's that way. I point north.
Good enough.
Yeah. Sure. And the frog just like slowly sinks back into the muck.
So when he was rising out of the muck, was he moving counter muck wise?
I guess that was not even nearly as funny as your.
Well, see, it was funny for me because I got to see your reactions.
All right.
That's the whole point of bad jokes. They're
So
only
let's
funny.
let's take a break, and then we'll start moving toward a castle of some sort.
Swamp castle.
Swamp castle. All right.
You know, swamp castles. Y'all know how to swim, right?
I can try.
Yeah, you did.
All right. 5 minutes.